Thank you for joining us at XM.com for today's market comment by Rafi Boyadjian. I'm Maria Pachardis. The US dollar was headed for its seventh straight session of losses against a basket of currencies on Tuesday, even as investors continue to scale back their rate cut expectations for the Fed. There's been no change to the soft landing narrative for the US economy, but in the absence of fresh drivers since the CPI and PPI reports, the dollar has taken a bit of a backseat, allowing its peers to shine. That could all change this week, however, as markets brace for a data dump out of the US, as well as for a slew of inflation reports globally. With Fed officials seemingly not in a hurry to cut rates, any upside surprises in the Fed's preferred inflation metric could see easing bets being reduced to 3, in line with the FOMC dot plot, or even lower. Unless there's a significant deterioration in the inflation or employment outlook over the coming weeks, there's a real danger that even June might be deemed too early for the Fed to begin slashing rates. Whilst there's no sense of panic just yet, at least not in equity markets, Treasury yields have been creeping higher lately, suggesting increased caution over the interest rate outlook. Japan's 2-year government bond yield is also in the spotlight today, as it hit the highest since 2011, following some strong inflation figures. The core CPI rate fell less than expected in January to 2.0% from 2.3% year over year, versus forecasts of 1.8%. Japan seems to be displaying some signs of persistent inflationary pressures, and this has brought a March rate hike back on the table for the Bank of Japan. The yen gained across the board on the back of the CPI beat, firming to 150.20 to the dollar. The euro, meanwhile, remained buoyant around $1.0850 as investors reassessed rate cut bets for the European Central Bank, following last week's stronger than expected services PMIs out of the Eurozone. In equity markets, U.S. futures were slightly positive following the first loss for the S&P 500 on Monday after 3 days of gains. That didn't deter Japan's Nikkei 225 index, however, to close at yet another record high today. Cryptocurrencies also rallied, led by Bitcoin, which briefly topped $57,000 earlier today for the first time since December 2021. Thanks for watching today's market comment here at XM.com.